I'll never forget the night Lisa walked through the door. That smile, the carefree, radiant one she used to flash only for me back when we were newlyweds, was plastered across her face. It twisted something deep inside me. I knew exactly where she'd been. And more painfully, I knew exactly who she'd been with. She set her purse on the counter and started humming softly, completely oblivious to the silent storm gathering in that kitchen. Then her eyes found it, the framed photo positioned right in the middle of the granite island, bathed in the glow of the pendant light above. Her entire demeanor changed in an instant. The smile vanished. Her face turned pale, drained of all color. Her breath caught, and she stumbled back as if the image had struck her. For a moment, I honestly thought she might hit the floor. She clutched the counter's edge, her knuckles going stark white. I had printed that picture earlier that day, a glossy 5x7. She was in that striking red dress I gave her for our anniversary 2 years ago. Her head was thrown back in laughter, and a man stood close behind her, hand resting on the small of her back in a way that was far too personal. Too familiar. The backdrop? A boutique hotel downtown, the same one she said hosted the all-women spa weekend just 3 weeks ago. But I had already known better. I'd hired someone. A private investigator. Seeing it all laid out, the affair, the deception, felt surreal. Photos. Receipts. Text threads. Together, they told a story more vivid than anything I'd imagined. The truth had stared at me from my laptop each night, challenging me to face it. And now, it was staring her down, too. Her voice trembled when she finally found it. What is this?" she asked, just above a whisper. Her eyes darted between me and the photo, silently pleading for a version of the story that didn't exist. "You tell me," I said, leaning back in my chair. My voice was calm, too calm, the kind that precedes an emotional landslide. Her lips parted as if to speak, but nothing came. She looked caught, like a deer frozen in the path of an oncoming car. I could see her thoughts scrambling, searching for a lie that might make it all go away. But there was no lie strong enough. "How long?" I asked, breaking the silence with a blade-like precision. "Ethan, How long?" I asked again, firmer this time. She paused, then buckled. 6 months, she whispered, almost inaudibly. 6 months. Half a year of betrayal. Half a year of her sharing her laughter, her touch, her body, with someone else. Rage boiled inside me, but I kept my face still. "Not yet," I murmured, rising to my feet. I walked to the island, picked up the photo, and held it out to her. "Who is he?" I asked, pointing at the man beside her. "What's his name?" She swallowed, eyes filling with fresh tears. "Mark," she said quietly. I repeated the name. "Mark. The man you've been meeting in high-end hotels while telling me you're at book club. Mark. The one you've been sneaking around with while I work overtime to fund your lifestyle, this house, your car, everything. That Mark?" She collapsed into sobs, covering her face with both hands. I stayed rooted where I stood, unmoved. Her tears only fanned the flames burning in me. "I'm sorry, Ethan," she cried. "I didn't mean for this to happen. It was a mistake." "No," I snapped, my voice cutting through the room. "Forgetting to grab milk is a mistake. Sleeping with someone for 6 months? That's not a mistake, Lisa. That's a decision. A deliberate, repeated one." Our eyes locked. Mine, unrelenting. Hers, drenched in regret. I couldn't tell whether she regretted the affair, or simply being caught. "I can't lose you," she whispered, stepping closer. "I'll end it with him. I'll do whatever I have to. Therapy. Counseling. Please, Ethan, I love you." A bitter laugh escaped me before I even realized it. The sound felt foreign. Hollow. You love me? I asked, shaking my head. You don't betray the person you love. You don't dismantle their world, crush their trust, and then dare to call that love. I turned away, unable to bear the sight of her any longer. I crossed the room and retrieved a folder from the coffee table, handing it to her. Go on. Take a look. Her hands trembled as she opened it. Inside, everything was laid bare: photos, bills, timelines. Undeniable proof. As she flipped through the pages, her face slowly fell apart. Ethan. Save it, I cut in, voice like ice. You said plenty. For the past 3 weeks, I hadn't just discovered the truth, I had been preparing. Consulted a lawyer. Changed every password. Switched the locks. I want you out by tomorrow, I said, my voice firm. Divorce papers will be ready next week. She inhaled sharply. Divorce? She gasped. No, please, Ethan. We can fix this. We can start over, go to therapy, anything. There is no starting over, I interrupted, tone unyielding. You ended us the day you invited him into your life. She dropped to her knees, weeping uncontrollably. But no amount of crying could undo what she had done. Nothing could erase the image of her in that red dress, pressed against another man. Nothing could mend the trust she'd obliterated. I walked away, leaving her there on the cold kitchen floor. Upstairs, I rolled the suitcase I'd packed earlier into the guest room. I couldn't bring myself to sleep beside her, not anymore. That night, sleep evaded me. My thoughts became a cruel slideshow of memories: our first date, our wedding, vacations, the dreams we had stitched together. Now, all of it felt counterfeit. I wondered how long she'd been unhappy. How long she'd been pretending. And why I hadn't seen it coming. By morning, she was gone. She'd left a note on the counter, pleading with me to reconsider. I didn't read past the opening sentence. I didn't need to. Her actions had said more than words ever could. In the weeks that followed, I threw myself into work. I reconnected with friends I'd drifted from. I started therapy. Slowly, I began shedding the anger, the grief, the bitterness. And, piece by piece, I found peace. Then one day, a message popped up from Mark's wife. She'd uncovered the affair as well and asked if we could meet over coffee. We talked. Shared our experiences, our pain, our plans to move forward. The conversation was unexpectedly healing. We reminded each other of what we deserved, and we made a pact to support one another through the process. Months later, I heard through mutual acquaintances that Lisa and Mark's relationship had unraveled. She'd moved out of town, leaving behind the destruction she caused. I didn't feel vindicated, just quietly at peace. She had made her choices, and I had made mine. The photo that blew it all open now lives in a box tucked away in my closet. It's a relic of another life. A life I've since outgrown. It reminds me to value truth. To never accept less than I'm worth. And to always listen to that small voice inside. As for me, I'm doing okay. Actually, better than okay. I've started dating again, carefully hopeful. For the first time in a long time, I feel unburdened. Free to live. Free to trust. Free to feel joy again. And honestly, that's the best kind of revenge there is. So, if this story resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss a post. Thanks for watching.